about AOC.
Talking about activism.
Bitch.
So this is pretty obvious hypocrisy, though the intended purpose of this was to gain awareness, and that definitely happened. People are talking about it. She basically went to the Met Gala, which is this stupid dinner that the food isn't even good.
Hater.
You get to see this exhibit. We're going to get to me being a hater in a second.
Oh, no.
We get to see this exhibit as well. But basically, it's every year. It's basically like a Halloween for famous people, and they all dress up in these stupid outfits. And like being invited is like a status symbol. And it means that you're like affecting culture. And essentially what they do is they match designers with celebs. So, and then the designer, Anna Wintour is the person who runs Vogue. And basically what she does is she'll get all these designers, and then she'll be like, we think that you would be dressed really well, or you would dress these people really well. Match those people, they'll make outfits for them, and boom, everybody goes there. And AOC ends up going, and she's wearing a dress that says tax the rich on the back. A lot of people have said that it looks like Chick-fil-A writing. And she's going to this event, which costs $30,000 per person to go to. She's literally hanging around with the people that cheat the tax code all the time. Yep. So some people might say it's kind of brave. It's like you a Crip walking into a blood party. Yeah. Like, what's up? This is what I believe in. I'm out here. I think all y'all should be taxed. Mm-hmm. But she's not there like checking motherfuckers and she's going, where are your taxes? Where are your taxes? She's kind of going there cheesing it up and enjoying the limelight with all these people, smiling in pictures, etc. So it looks as if her messaging could be a little confusing. Do you hate people who avoid taxes? Because guaranteed everybody there avoids taxes. Yes. There's no way.
100%.
100%. Or do you hate those people, or do you fraternize with them, and do you enjoy them, and are those your colleagues, and are those your friends, and are you going to continue to build with those people? And what I think is really interesting about the tax laws that she would like to implement, especially in New York, is rich people are never going to pay taxes. We just have to accept this.
I don't know how we don't understand this.
Because here's the thing. In order to tax people in a normal way, there are other ways you could do it, but in a normal way, you have to show income. Rich people are rich enough to just not make money. Yeah. What they'll do is they'll just put their money back into the business itself. Yep. They'll hide their money in stock. They'll hide their money in charities. There's so many other ways to hide your money to make it look like you're not making money. So who gets punished by these tax laws? Here's who, let me just get this point. Yeah. Who gets punished by these tax laws? Here's who gets punished. Us.
Yes.
The people who come from either middle amounts of money or no money and are starting to make money. Do you know how much harder it is for us to ascend to wealth, for us to achieve the quote-unquote American dream, which is going from nothing to something, right? Obviously, I didn't come from nothing. I came from something, but to go to something amazing, something insane, it's so much harder when you're taking 50, 60% of our money every single day. So what it does is it just increases the gap between the super wealthy and the people trying to ascend to wealth. You're making it harder for middle class people to be super wealthy. You're making it harder for poor people to ascend to wealthy or even just rich. Yeah. You're fucking the people that you say you're trying to help, and it's not even touching the people on top. In order to switch the tax code, you're going to have to do something that's based on consumption. It's not going to be based on how much money you make. It's going to have to be based on how much you consume. And I think there maybe are some countries have done this, or they're suggesting it. So basically you get taxed on everything you buy in that fiscal year. Mm-hmm. Right? And it's similar to the way that I think that they tax alcohol at restaurants and stuff like that. The tax gets placed when you purchase the alcohol, not how much you're selling it for necessarily.
So essentially a giant sales tax instead of an income tax.
This way they can't avoid taxes by just spending all the money they make.
Right.
Or buying assets.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're like, I'll just buy that asset and then it depreciates and then I can write off the depreciation and I find a way not to pay any taxes. These smart people are smarter than you, AOC.
Yeah.
And they hire people that are way smarter than any fucking politician. They're smarter than you. They will figure out a way around whatever rules you create. And the people that you hire to create the rules are the dumb people.
Exactly.
The smart people were hired by the rich people to create the rules to get around that.
That's the point I was going to make. The IRS can pay an accountant $60,000 a year or whatever. You're going to get a $60,000 a year tax guy. A fucking billionaire can pay a tax accountant $450,000 a year, no problem. That motherfucker's going to be qualified for that money, and your government motherfucker's going to be qualified for that money. So any law that the government guy implements, this rich accountant is smart enough to figure out a way around it.
Yeah.
You will never tax the rich.
Yeah.
A sales tax could be a solution. I don't know what it is, but I know all your tax laws, they're going to find a way around.
Yeah.
They just are. They'll hide their income. They'll figure out everything.
It out. So it is a tricky thing, but don't punish the people that are trying to ascend to wealth, right? Don't punish them. and save the people that you actually are trying to tax in the first place.
Do you feel that's her intention? Because I don't think that statement is like, let's pass something where only people in...
I'm referring to the new tax bill that the
Ascending.
House is trying to pass, and she's in the House, which would tax New Yorkers like the highest bracket
up to 62%.
Yeah.
And she's part of the House.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the bill that she's supporting.
Yes, and I do think when coming up with that bill, they're not saying, oh, well, we know the richest of the rich are going to be able to avoid it. We're hoping that we can start getting the rich
But
of
it
the
is
rich
the
to pay
reality
tax.
of the situation.
Yeah.
Here's the
So
thing.
it's like,
She's either dumb or dumb. She's either dumb for not thinking that these rich people will find a way out of it and just not informed enough. She's just kind of ignorant to how they avoid the tax laws, which I don't think, because she's a pretty fucking smart girl and she's like shrewd. She goes into those Senate meetings where she got those senators on the fucking stand. She's grilling their asses with facts nonstop. So I don't think that she's too stupid to understand how they avoid taxes.
yeah.
I think she's smart enough to have the research and know, right? And so so I don't think she's dumb in that regard. And then this way, she's dumb thinking that the proposed tax bill will actually find a way to get any taxes from those rich people, that they won't find a way around it. So it's like either way.
So then do nothing?
Don't punish the middle class. Don't make the middle class foot the bill or the upper middle class foot the bill for those rich people that you actually want to punish. Because you keep saying tax the rich, right? But like, who are you really talking about? You talking about Jeff Bezos not paying any taxes? Or you talking about the guy who makes $125,000
What if you
a year?
taxed net worth?
And real quick, and that's a good point, but like, if we talk about the top 1%, I think it's people who make over $250,000 a year, which sounds like an exorbitant money. Absolutely. Exorbitant amount of money. Absolutely. $250,000. If Jeff Bezos woke up tomorrow making $250,000, he would fucking shoot himself in the head.
He'd kill his whole family.
Yeah. $250,000 are not the people the IRS are going after. Matter of fact, they don't even audit you. Like, they don't actually do like real audits on you, I think, unless you're making like in the millions. That's not saying people can't get audited. Everybody can get audited 100%. But they're not really looking, like, they're going to spend hours and hours of an accountant's time and money to get 40 grand from you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or do you think they're going to spend hours and hours to get 100 million from that guy who's hiding money in the Bahamas, hiding money in Switzerland? Well, I guess you can't do that in Switzerland anymore, but like hiding money in Panama. That's when they exposed like the Panama Papers and all that shit. What was the guy who leaked the stuff? Assange maybe, or whatever like that. Like those things, that's worth their fucking time.
To her credit, I think Elizabeth Warren's tax plan was like, I only want to tax people making above, maybe it was $10 million a year or $50 million a year, something crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this idea of $450,000 a year, yeah, you're rich, but you're not. The people that are really avoiding taxes are worth 8-9 figures.
And look at how stupid they are. I want to tax people making over $10 million a year. Okay, I'll just make sure I don't make over $10 million a year.
Yeah.
I will pay this. I will pay. Oh, I made $30 million this year. Well, $20 million of those things I put in my charity that my son happens to be the CEO of, and he gets paid $19 million a year to be CEO. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many, and I'm not even any fucking tax expert.
Or 3 charities where all my kids get paid $8 million a year. Now, here's where I'm thinking, I'm sure they'll still find a way around it, but if you taxed net worth, the competition at least, where they say, hey, Jeff Bezos is the richest person in the world, then Elon Musk, and there's this kind of dick swinging that goes on between these rich people, it's not as public because now they got to hide their net worth. So billionaire...
But do you tax your shares in the company?
Yeah, you can't tax assets.
There's no way to tax net worth.
Once you sell, yeah, but that network is fluctuating. Like, when are you taxing it at its high? Like, when are you taxing, is it at the end of the year what you get? And you're not getting it because they exist within the asset.
You could tax it even quarterly at its 3-month low.
Yeah.
And then I guess they could fucking tank their net worth, but then that's going to, I assume, fuck with stock prices and all that, and that's not going to be worth it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, listen, there's smart people that have probably tried to solve this problem. I'm not saying you shouldn't do anything. We should do something, right? And there's probably a smart person that knows how to solve it. But we're just going to keep bumping up the taxes, and it's going to affect the same people that they're not trying to affect. Doesn't work. Yeah. And it just pisses people off.
Yeah. And just for clarity, they're saying this tax proposal won't affect anyone making less than $400,000.
Right.
And I know, yes, like you said, they can keep moving the goalposts, but it's...
And most people make less than that, and that's why most people will support it, right?
Yeah.
But if you are somebody right now making, let's say, $75,000, or you're somebody making $150,000, you aspire to be making $400,000, right? And in order for you to go from 400 to $1 million, they're basically taking away your investment savings. So let's say you like to take 15% of your money, right? And you like to invest that every single year. Once you hit 400, bye-bye investment. Bye-bye the money that you're going to put away for your kids. Bye-bye the money that you're going to put away for your college or your kids' college. That investment money just goes to the government for them to fucking waste it because they can't find a way to get money from Jeff Bezos. So I'm just like, why are you punishing the guy who worked his whole fucking life to get to 400? He might be able to see $1 million, right? Or she might be able to see $1 million, and you taking away that investment chunk that he's been putting away. He might be putting in crypto. He might be putting in whatever these things, right? You're taking away to send to the same fucking people who are going to waste the money every single year. Anyway, the government, right? Not the best spending. Not like they do all bad spending. I'm not one of those people. I like the fucking roads. I like the police. I like the firemen. Like, I like the things that we have. We have a lot of great things. Don't get me wrong. But like, I'm just saying, the real money that you want is the billions that Jeff Bezos has.
The real boogeyman is not the guy making $400,000 a year.
Yeah, that's it.
It's the guy making $400 million a year and hiding and saying he makes zero.
Hey guys, we're gonna take a break from this exclusive Patreon clip because I gotta tell you guys about the best bongs in the business, and they are brought to you by Freeze Pipe. Okay, there's two types of cannabis smokers out there: those who suffer from burning, scratchy throats, and those who smoke a freeze pipe. With Freeze Pipe's freezable glycerin coils, you'll enjoy the colder, bigger hits without the throat burning or intense coughing. Freeze Pipe just upgraded their entire bong line for an experience you gotta smoke to believe. In my hands is their new Bong XL, featuring an upgraded base for more filtration and colder hits.
No burning throat or lungs. You're not gonna cough as much. This is the way to smoke. If you're gonna smoke weed or CBD or whatever, this is the way to do it.
This is your piece. No matter what you smoke, there's a Freeze Pipe piece for you. They have plenty. You can go to thefreezepipe.com and check out their line of pipes, bubblers, bongs, dab rigs, and more. You use the code Flagrant, and you're going to save 15% off your first order, okay? So go to thefreezepipe.com, all right? Get yours today. Use the code Flagrant and save 15% off your first order. Make sure you go to thefreezepipe.com to get yours today. Use the code Flagrant and save 15% off your first order. Now let's get back to this exclusive Patreon clip. The full episode can be found at patreon.com/flagrant2. Join the asshole army. And can he afford it, the guy making 400? Yeah, he can afford it more than the guy making 50. I don't want it to come from the guy making 50. I want the guy making 50 to have the opportunity to grow wealth too. Leave the money in their hands, because the guy making 50 is probably going to spend all of his 50 because he needs to, right? The guy making 400 is going to have more savings. You know who's just going to have money sit there and do nothing with it? Jeff fucking Bezos, right? Elon Musk. Elon Musk is like, I don't even want to buy a house. Oh, you don't want to buy things? You don't want to keep the economy churning? You know how economy works, right? You need to buy fucking shit, buddy. You know what I mean? Oh, you don't want material goods? Isn't that adorable? Scrooge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's this point which is why I'm not that impressed with AOC's thing at the Met Gala, that like she's sticking it to people like Lil Nas X, who like is a recent millionaire, like grew up not that wealthy. Like that's not the guy that when people say tax the rich, they're talking about. They're talking about like the
Rockefellers,
corporate billionaires, and like generational wealth that are using all the accounts to hide their money. It's like the billions of dollars. Whereas like these people might pay their taxes, or they might pay some of it. Like,
I'm pretty sure she's talking about those people. I don't think she's
like Bernie's proposal is always like Amazon's not paying any taxes. Even herself, she's like Amazon's not paying any taxes. So like it's those giant accounts that aren't.
Well, that's what
Alex
is
is
saying.
saying.
That's who
The
she's
message
saying
is for them.
With her tax
It's
original.
not.
But people are saying, oh, it's so brave that she's going into the den of wealth.
Yeah, she's not going into the den
I don't think
of the
it's-
people she wants to tax.
I don't think
just
you're
think she's
ever
more-
brave if you're in a beautiful dress walking on a red carpet. I just don't find that the spot for bravery.
Beautiful.
The actual carpet of a
she looked
fucking
nice.
king and
She looked
queen.
nice.
Like actual royalty. Kings and queens and the fucking plebeians are nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
And you're the brave one.
Yeah,
That's not brave. And I've been trying to figure out, I don't know if I got this example perfect, but I was thinking, why in concrete terms is this so hypocritical to me? So this dinner cost $30,000 for her to go to.
Yeah.
But she went there because it could benefit her for a dinner. She ran Amazon out of Long Island City because it would hurt mom and pop businesses, unscrupulous business tactics, whatever.
Yeah.
But a lot of people would have taken those jobs at Amazon because I need to make a living.
Yeah.
AOC is willing to forego her morality for a dinner and an Instagram post and a dress that makes no impact on anything.
Yeah.
And she's going to have a problem with regular guys who want Amazon there because like, yo, I need a job.
Yeah.
So that's where I find the disconnect. And I don't know if that works, but I'm trying to figure out in concrete terms, what is the hypocrisy? Because we know there's hypocrisy to it. You just feel it. You just know.
Yeah, it's like you could be selfish with other people's livelihood, but
when it's your opportunity, because I guarantee you, whoever funded her $30,000 ticket does not have scrupulous business tactics, hurts a lot of mom and pop stores, probably doesn't pay their share of taxes.
Right.
But you're cool with that.
Yeah.
So I can go to the Met Gala.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she got invited and they're like, yeah, we'll sponsor you to go. And she was like, I really want to go. How can I justify me going?
And that's why she had her post before she went.
Yeah, I can't just show up. I got to do some
before she went, she tweeted, before the haters get upset, which automatically reeks of guilt.
Yeah, so you already know what you fucking up. Yeah.
I just think it's like she doesn't have a way to cut through to pop culture. Like, she's on all the news cycles.
She's been on Jesus and Miro.
Yeah, and that didn't cut through. Like, who cares?
What are you talking about?
Unless the heavies are on display, like, nobody's paying attention to it.
Do you know any other
But this
House
is the
of Representatives?
most that everyone is paying. Like, every single news cycle is covering this. TMZ's covering this. CNN's covering this. Everything's covering it.
I'd give a little... I think I agree with you 100% that a lot of people are covering it, but she is a lightning rod, especially for right-wing media. Like, no matter what she does, Fox is covering it. All these other ones are covering it. They're calling her a communist. They're calling her a socialist, etc. And to get the left on board, yeah, I guess. But like the left loves her. Like if she does anything, the left is promoting her. Oh my God, you see AOC rip this senator in this court hearing. Yeah. And so I think that she is someone who gets a lot of buzz. I don't think there's anybody in the Democratic Party that gets more attention than AOC. Can y'all think of anybody?
No.
Maybe Biden, and he's the president. She probably gets more news than Biden.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in politics she gets the most attention. But there are some people that don't pay attention to politics at all.
So now she's tapping into like another
and that's what
sphere.
I think. And
okay.
I feel she does a lot of overperformative bullshit and like, some things I just don't like how she goes about it. But if your focus is, hey, I want to try to get this message out, where's the biggest billboard?
Yeah.
This thing that everybody's paying attention to, what you have on, and you're going to take a picture of it.
You know
and get people
what is the
talking.
message? Like, tax the rich?
I don't see that.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with it.
I
don't necessarily agree with it. But if you get the conversation started, now people are talking about it.
I think what you were saying is correct. She's a girl who grew up in New York City. She's romanced by this idea of going to the fucking Met Gala. Mm-hmm. Okay. How can I go to the Met Gala without getting all the internet hate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And she found a way to do it that makes her look brave, that makes her look hip, etc. The reality of the matter is, and I'll tell you a story very quickly afterwards, but like the Met Gala, I've always thought was the stupidest fucking thing.
Yes.
Before I learned what it is, and now it's even stupider, right? Mm-hmm. But it's basically value off exclusion. And I'm a complete hypocrite because I buy sneakers because of value off exclusion, right? I'll buy a watch, value off exclusion.
Fashion is value off exclusion.
Fashion is value off exclusion. And so much of life is value off exclusion. Bitcoin, to a certain extent, there's a limited amount.
Yep.
So, hey, let's get it. So my only issue is when there's value off exclusion and then there's nothing it provides at all, right? Besides the exclusion, now we have an issue. So it's basically like if you go to a nightclub, they're not letting people in. Okay, fine. But you might get some pussy that night, right? You might drink with the boys, party. You might talk to a girl, go out on a date. There's something that you can obtain from that experience, right? Yeah. You might have a great fucking DJ. It might be a great band playing or something like that, right? The Met Gala is this dinner where the food is not good. There's an exhibit that you look at that everybody can look at after you at the Met. Mm-hmm. So there isn't really anything exclusionary, right? The food is not worth the experience.
The value is the cachet of being at the Met Gala, and that's it.
Diamonds. It's fraud. Yeah. There's nothing there. And the fact that these people buy in so much, I'm like, this is the stupidest fucking thing. So I asked my girl, I was like, my girl who was in fashion for a while, on the corporate side, I was like, would you want to go to the Met Gala? And then I go, she's like, no interest in that. And I was like, oh, okay, good. She's like, why? I was like, no, they asked me if I wanted to go this year, and I was just like, whatever. And she's like, they what? And I go, yeah, they just asked me if I want to go. She's like, well, why didn't we go?
Good. That's good. That's good.
I go, well, you said you wouldn't want to go, so I don't want to go to these fucking things. She's like, well, yeah, it'd be cool to know what it's like.
On everybody.
When you said that, I was like,
huh? I do think I think if he gets
the
invitation, I think you go.
I trashed the thing yesterday on Brilliant Idiots, and I'm leaving Brilliant Idiots, and I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. Not because I want to go. I do not want to go. I have no interest in going, and I think the whole thing is fucking stupid. And you're corralled into this space, and everybody in the space is like, "Ooh, everybody here must be cool." Right?
Yeah.
It's like it was like the early days of Soho House. I don't know if you remember going to like Soho House, but like the early days of Soho House, like
I
everybody
vividly
was,
remember never going to Soho.
fair enough. So it's like everybody was in there. It was like, well, who's who here? This must be really cool. And you could like walk up to anybody, talk to anybody, because everybody there was kind of like qualified. Well, you must be accepted in here, so it must have been something, right? But it was all bullshit. It was all fake, right? But at least there was like good food or something in there, right? The comfy environment, etc. But once I found out, I was like, fuck, man, my girl's going to want to go to this, and they're going to ask me to go to this fucking thing one of these days.
Yeah.
And I've said on a podcast that it's the stupidest fucking thing in the world, and I cannot go without being a hypocrite,
Yes.
right?
I was going to say, it's funny your girl says she didn't want to go because I got the exact opposite response. Yeah, it's stupid, but you go. Like, you just go.
My girl basically said, like, I want to at least know. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it's like, nobody's allowed in. She's like, yeah, the food's not going to be good, all these things, but I want to know the food's not good. I want to know it's a dumb experience.
And tying together all the points I think we've made, AOC is our girls. She knows it's stupid, but she wanted to go, so she was like, let's figure out, let's have this dress, let's have this tweet before we go in.
That's what you gotta
And
do.
now I can go enjoy the Met
I
Gala.
already thought about my outfit.
In 2 years, you're gonna have to
Hypocrite.
go. Yeah.
Just all over my suit.
Yeah,
Just
lit.
hypocrite all over the suit. But I'm saying it right now so everybody knows that I will never want to go to this fucking thing.
But
I would never want to go to this thing.
How many men want to go? I feel like every woman is like, we're going, and the guy's like, fucking.
Al wants to go. Al
That
loves
shit is
this
fucking
shit.
Halloween, son.
Go Halloween, bro.
Yeah, but Halloween with famous people. I like to go to the Halloween parties that have famous people at them. It's the same shit.
Al's a cuck a little bit. Like, he likes the scene.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
if
yeah.
there's
So
like,
shut up.
if there's,
Charlamagne
like,
said he
famous
wanted to go
people,
to.
every once in a while, I'll put it this way. Every once in a
Really?
while, Charlamagne reminds me that he's from Monk's Quarter, South Carolina.
Yes.
Every once in a while. Like, I always look at Charlamagne, I'm like, you're the biggest guy on the fucking planet. You could do whatever the fuck you want to do, etc. And every once in a while, he's
When he says
romanced.
screets.
No. Meaning, like, he's romanced by these things, like, that he's heard of.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Met Gala. That must mean you made it. I'm like, Charlamagne, you've got more money than almost everybody at this fucking party. You've got more success than almost everybody at this party. Like, you don't need to go to this party. Like, you're the coolest person sitting at any table at the Met Gala, in my opinion, right? It's just a bunch of people are dressed and wearing crazy shit, but they might not be fucking interesting to talk to.
Right.
You're the fucking man. But there's a little part of them that's like, I get to be around famous people?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're famous.
Yeah.
You're successful. You're brilliant. You're
You've been to fucking
genius.
Kanye's Wyoming ranch, haven't you? Like,
It was like when we did the private jet. We were doing the private jet, and like Dove was getting all fucking anxious because we weren't behaving right. And I'm like, Dove, you don't have to fake it. It's ours. We paid for it.
Yeah.
We could dress however the fuck we want.
Yeah.
You made it here. You know what I mean? Like, I know the past times you've been on jets, you were a guest.
Yeah.
So you're like, don't fuck this up. You're the person now.
yeah.
Fuck it up. If we walk off that jet and we don't feel embarrassed about how filthy it is,
You
I'm
didn't do
probably
it right.
fucking it up for all the
I
companies
know, like,
watching
oh
right
my
now.
God.
We didn't do it right, dog.
Oh my God.
There better be some rappers on that fucking thing.
What is this guy doing?
What? Pretzels everywhere. You know what I mean? Sunday's tequila spilt.
Come on.
They gonna know this was an infamous tour jet. Next people after we on that jet, shit.
this is the most loser fucking trash left in the jet. All
Yeah,
this
just Oreos. It's not
Oreo
anything.
wrappers.
Dom P. Freaking Chris Down.
Condoms everywhere. Nah.
Cheez-Its.
Just
All
fucking cheese it.
I'm saying is sometimes we gotta do shit for our girls. But I have no. Do you have interest in going to the fucking Met Gala?
I do not want to at all. At all.
I still don't really understand completely what it is. Like,
Dinner.
you just show up and take pictures?
Dinner and exhibit. You walk on stairs. That's what it is. And then there is an exhibit there that you can check out the Met afterwards. And there's a dinner that you guys had there. That's
It is, and it's also a fundraiser, and the donations go to like the people who make the costumes at the museum, because that's the only. It's not funded, so they have to fund themselves. So it is an actual fundraiser.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Why do we, dude?
Put that on the
fundraising is
activists.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, AOC should win this season of the activists. She got
Can
all
we-
the social media attention.
Can we do that for the activists? Can we do that? Can we stop making people run? Can we stop making people go to events? Can we stop making people do things like? It's like, do you care about leukemia? Yeah. Are you willing to run for it?
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Do you care about cancer research? Yeah. Yeah, I do care about cancer. Would you like to donate some money? Would you like to dress up in a Halloween costume and walk up some stairs in front of people? Because that's how I'll give you some money. It's like, why are we making people jump through hoops in order to be activists or donate money to causes? Do you care about the cause? Yes. Then give me your fucking money.
Because the fundraiser has become a networking opportunity.
Say again?
A fundraiser has become a networking opportunity.
That's really what it is,
You're
dude.
not going there for the charity. You're going there for the connection that you might make.
Or it's like, if you're already going to donate money, why not have a little fun while doing it? That's what the people look at the runs and shit like that. It's like, hey, we're having a little competition along with you donating money.
You know what's fun to me? Not running.
Yeah.
I mean, but okay, so you would just donate and not run, but other people like enjoy that activity and it's like, oh shit, I can do this activity I enjoy and with a good cause attached to it. Like, why not?
Just run. Hey, how about this? You don't ever have to run for me to give you money for leukemia. If you came to me and you're like, hey, bro, can you my grandma has leukemia, we're trying to raise some money. Here you go. Here's my money. You don't have to run for it. You don't have to jump. You don't have to swim. You don't have to do a triathlon. You don't have to bike. You don't got to do nothing. You're already going through enough with your grandma having leukemia.
Yeah.
Here's the money. Here you go. Here's my donation. If you want to do some running afterwards, please exercise. It's great for your body, great for your mind. But you don't have to do it. I'm not going at the finish line. Here you go. That's what we should do for those races. We should stand at the finish line and let them collect. You don't get anything till you cross the finish line.
Put a time limit. Yeah.
You got
25-minute 5K. Otherwise,
whatever that Mario Kart shit. What up, people? You just watched a clip from our weekly Patreon episode. You can support the Flagrancy. You can support this unapologetic, unfiltered, uncensored content that we drop weekly on our Patreon at patreon.com/flagrant2. You want to go join? You should, because it's the top 10 Patreon in the fucking world. That's right, for good reason. Go check out why at patreon.com/flagrant2. All right, peace.